WSIS is an evaluation, WSIS Class 20 is an evaluation landmark of progress made and establishing a position on priorities that remain critical, evaluating the WSIS framework, its realization through the action lines and the institutions it created. So you find that the Internet Governance Forum is literally stemmed out of that forum, WSIS. So for those who have heard Internet Governance Forum, IGF, where did it start? It was birthed by WSIS. So that's why we're discussing it. And its mandate, the Internet Governance Forum, is meant to end this year. And what does that mean for stakeholders? What does internet governance mean for us? And what we've seen with Internet Governance Forum is literally the main platform where we call multi-stakeholder a platform where we can all engage and make our contributions. Unlike some of the multilateral processes where it's just governments, it allows us to be able to be there, make contributions, and somehow our contributions find their way in how governments roll out tech and human rights.
Yeah, so this small convening comprises a different group of stakeholders in the Zambian internet and digital space. So we're looking forward to conversations with people from the media, people from the tech space, the technical community, people from the government and the regulatory space, and then of course civil society actors, legal and regulatory experts. And so the whole aim of this discussion is in the lead up to the WSIS 20 review. We want to understand what are Zambia's national priorities, Zambia's wins, Zambia's opportunities, challenges that the country has faced from the perspective of the different stakeholders. And so the aim here is to gain a much clearer understanding of where we stand.
Attending the WSIS interactive workshop has been, I think it was fun. Looking at it from the perspective of different stakeholders were in the room. I mean, it's one of those days where I personally had immunity. You could shoot down Zicta without the cyber law following you and whatnot.
I think at the end of the day, the elephant in the room still comes down to Zicta being more helpful.
What does Zicta show?
Ideally, I think all of us in here, at the end of the day, it still comes down to Zicta, yes.
But I probably will be biased towards the media. Fact that we were able to come to a consensus with organizations like Zicta to say they will be able to collaborate with the media in the future in information dissemination is very important, and it's a milestone for the media.
This workshop was quite interesting and also insightful for us as a community. And some of the things that we see fit, or the key takeaways from this event, has been ensuring accessibility of digital services, because as we are getting into the next age of technology, as we've entered the new era of AI, I think accessibility by everyone is very important, and therefore accessibility is language as well. We also need to ensure that our languages are well embedded in our digital products so that they're accessible even by the broader audience, and not only the niche who can speak English and also have access to smartphones.
Towards the end of the workshop, we were asked to just more or less just go through some of the action points and identify how far Zambia has gone. And that just also helps you understand the different components into trying to achieve access to the internet for everybody, the equity in it, the policies that need to be in place, and the players in the whole ecosystem to make things work for the good of everyone else. So it's in Zambia, we have very unique situations. We have the energy crisis that is going on. We have the new media taking over. There are so many conversations that are happening, but all around cyberspace and how we should be engaging with it. So it was good to have those conversations segmented into a way that you can see how each part or each component participates in it.
Like she said, adoption is not a must, right? Yeah. But it's I think the consultation, how do we reach each other? Yes, the engagement.
What point open door policies are actually supposed to have a start and a stop. So that's why I wanted to, we're asking which point needs to be improved.
We're still paying significantly high in terms of duty when importing this technology to it. So maybe what I'm thinking would be good would be the localization from the Data Protection Act. So that now encourages these local data centers.
The Internet Governance Forum is one of those platforms that exists that allows us to meet with various stakeholders and engage in these different issues and processes around technology. And so because of that multi-stakeholderism, it gives us a chance to engage with people that we would not ordinarily on a day-to-day basis meet with, but also to learn from other people who have gone before us or are doing better in different sectors through those platforms. So it is our hope that going forward, the IGF will continue and will be given a fresh mandate, if we can put it that way. In the conversation that we had, some of the things that were of great importance were issues of citizen engagement and public awareness. Within the media space, there were a few issues around the action points that we were looking at, where we found that there are recommendations for media in developed countries to enter partnerships with the media from developing countries. And we felt that those kinds of clauses need to look at partnership from both sides to ensure that developing countries are also able to initiate those kinds of partnerships with developed countries. We talked at length on issues of indigenous knowledge and the fact that developing countries have got their own unique contexts, and that developing countries also have knowledge that can be passed on. But more than that, the fact that a lot of developed countries work within very limited contexts but still make things work within what they have. These are some of the narratives that can be shared and shaped and sent forward. And so we found that the conversation was richer in that we also had representation from the government.